Blessed be everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're talking about the humble salt and its use in magic. But before we do, I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com, author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. And if you want to know more about Wicca and Witchcraft, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. And if you want to know where to start your witchcraft practice because you're not sure of where to start and what to do, then download my free video, How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice. The link is in the description field below this video. Even if you're on a budget, you most likely have salt in your pantry. And if you've been practicing the craft for a while, you may have it in other places as well. It's incredibly useful in magic. We mostly use it for protection and magic, but it does have other uses as well. So in this video, I just wanted to talk about all of the many uses of salt in our lives, and as a token of appreciation to the humble salt, because it often doesn't get talked about a lot. It's not a flash herb, it's not a sparkling crystal, it's just something that we take for granted a lot of the time. Yet, once upon a time, it was considered something very precious. So one of the ways we use salt, of course, is in our cooking. We will put a pinch of salt in a lot of our meals in order to bring out the flavour, to add flavour. And also because it adds electrolytes. If you're using rock salt or Himalayan salt or sea salt, you're working with salt that still has other minerals in it, like calcium, magnesium, potassium. It's an electrolyte, so it's good for our energy system. It has its value and its uses in cooking and also in nutrition when used moderately. And I'm talking about I'm not talking about the refined table salt that's had all of the good stuff taken out of it, the same as refined sugar has had all the good stuff taken out of it. It's also been used in the past as a form of currency. So this is where the value of salt comes in and the appreciation of it as a symbol of abundance. Roman soldiers were paid at least partly in salt. Could you imagine being paid in salt these days? And unfortunately, the term, that person is not worth their salt, unfortunately comes from the Roman and Greek times when they used to traffic people and trade people as slaves. So unfortunately, that's where that actually comes from. So salt was used as currency. It was used as something that you could trade with. But apart from that, we use it in magic all the time. We use it for protection, mostly. You'll mostly see it as a form of protection in most references on magic. We use that in various ways. We may use it to map out the circle physically. We may mix it with eggshells. We may mix it with corn flour in order to designate the circle, physically speaking. Some people will put a salt circle around their spell work when they're casting a spell, like doing a candle spell or something. You can also lay some salt out in front of you, carve symbols in it. There could be sigils that you've come up with to help you with your spell work. It's another way of using salt. Some people will sprinkle salt across the threshold of their home, the back door and the front door. Some people will carry it with them so they can flick it over their shoulders to ward off any negative attachments or any beings that they don't want to have there, or any energies that may be around. And people also sprinkle salt around the premises in order to protect their premises, or sprinkling it into the four corners of your room to protect a room or a space. So it's used a lot in protection in various different ways. Of course, when you're using it, you want to mention that's what you're using it for, so you want to voice the intention and feel the intention as you're doing that. Just sprinkling it around willy-nilly isn't really going to do a whole lot. And abundance. Again, if you're on a budget and you can't afford the flash herbs, then you can use it in abundance spells. You can use some cooking oil to moisten and oil up your candle and candle magic, and then roll it in some salt. If you're making your own candles, you can even put some salt in your candles. So there's ways of working with salt that can help you. You can put it in magical pouches. You could carry it with you in your wallet or your purse. And connect with it as a form of abundance, as a way of attracting abundance. Salt also has its medicinal qualities as well. It's used a lot to combat infections. So if you have a cut or anything and you don't want it to get infected, you can bathe it in salt water. I've certainly used salt water to gargle with for tonsillitis, and it's been quite effective for that, for me anyway. And its properties of purification, its properties of being antibacterial, all come into that reason why we use it for protection and why we use it for cleansing. When we are setting up a circle and we're consecrating the salt and the water, what we're doing with the salt is we're blessing it and we consecrate it. We don't necessarily cleanse it because it doesn't need cleansing. And then we pour the salt into the water, and then we go ahead and cleanse and consecrate the water. At least that's the way I was taught in my coven. And it's used so much, and it's such a wonderful, wonderful substance. So don't underestimate salt at all. Every time you use it, just remember that it's a symbol of abundance. It's been used as a form of currency. It's had great value in the past. And who knows, with the way that the world's going right now, it may end up currency again for all we know. There's so many changes coming for us that we just have to be flexible with what goes on. Enjoy your salt. And if you do want to learn Wicca or witchcraft with me, you can always check out the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy and get together with another community of wonderful people who are also practicing in an eclectic form of Wicca. And check it out. The link is in the description field below this video. It's called the Mystery Witch School 101. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. Blessed be.